I think KGL should stay CDL rules and modes, but also branch out leagues for each game, keeping the same team names and logos. Yeah, so like the teams would essentially become clans that transcend game modes.
That's the plan to eventually get to. We haven't necessarily decided how to implement that and why that would be important to implement. Like, are we going to be keeping points for everything for the ultimate KG? You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a lot there's a lot of more stuff to go into that.
Absolutely.
But that's the goal.
That's the goal. But here's the thing about that, Kai, is the logistics of that. So think about this. We're talking about the season 3 on the Kanna Gaming League would be like mid-January to around 420 kind of deal. And if we only play on Saturdays, and currently we play every other Saturdays, we're limited in how many games we can play. And then not only that, like, we're eating up the whole Saturday with COD. So when do we play the other shit?
Right.
And I think that the only way we can do simultaneous games throughout a season is if we either do where they're tournaments randomly, like Fortnite tournament on the off week type shit, or if we're playing during the week. Like, we need to open it up to more days of the week if we're going to open it up to more games, I think.
Right.
Or we're just going to run it like we're going to...
Or else we'll just really,
I don't think it's going to work. I don't think there's enough time on Saturday to do that.
To try to do all of them.
You know? Alternate weekends. So that's definitely a possibility as well.
We talked about that for sure.
Alternating weekends is also a possibility.
But then if you do that, so let's say we have Call of Duty and then one off week's Fortnite, then are we doing all Fortnites, or are we going to do Rocket League 2 weeks later?
No,
like,
so
that
I
means
think
you're doing Fortnite once a month.
What we would have to do is we would do Call of Duty. This is what we do. This is what we started with. And then we would pick another one, I think, at that point, if we were going to alternate. Because then we only give ourselves 2 days. But I like the weekday thing, because I think there's a way we could make it happen.
Yeah, maybe like Tuesday's Rocket League Day or something. Or whatever.
Yeah, potentially too. And especially something like Madden or something like that, where it's single players.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we have 10 people in the league or 16 people.
What about Tuesday Night Football?
Tuesday Night Football? Anybody? You'll need multiple host casters for other days, for sure, for sure. Run multiple games a week with multiple hosts. Exactly. What we need...
well, we actually got some... We're going to talk a little bit about this shit, like the casting shit too, right?
Oh, I got
Influencer program. Influencer program?
Yeah, so we want to start focusing a lot on the streaming aspect of it, to where, I mean, right now we have the auto host list, and I realized Kai wasn't on there because I saw him streaming earlier and he didn't pop up on our thing. So Kai is now on the auto host list. You're on the auto host list too.
Oh, hey, congratulations.
So Vega's been on it, Diggs on it. So yeah, we definitely want to do that. But we have like an influencer program for other social medias. We want to incorporate that into Twitch.
Potential.
Sure. For sure. Well, no, because, I mean, Vega's out there. Vega streams all the time and fucking throws Kanna Krew and Kanna Games and all kinds of shit out there. Team Anon. Like, that's the kind of shit. So we want to help facilitate that in some capacity. So.
No, for sure. But
definitely, so multiple hosts and casts for other days. We've got... So we have space at the warehouse that we're going to try to turn into a little studio. It's going to have to be like a multi-purpose room. Right. But we're going to try to turn it into a studio and then host all the shit there. And what that'll do is it'll give us like a public place where we can do that. And we can have, because there's a handful of people.
Bone Blazer.
Bone Blazer. Speak of the devil. There's a handful of people on the KGL shit that are in Arizona. Mm-hmm. So, like, we have the potential to have more hands on deck, and
for sure,
and,
we got a place.
You know, host some stuff or whatever. But so the studio will really help with that.
Help a lot.
Yeah, and then we'll also be able to. I'll be able to play, and not host at the same time. Mm-hmm. You know, which would be dope. Ah, fuck, Wheezy. Wheezy likes to lay on the camera cord because I got this little extension. Hold on, everybody. There we go. All right. So, big moves. That sounds dope. Yeah, that would be dope. An itch to cast one of those COD tourneys with you, maybe Beta League if you're down. Absolutely. So that's another thing too, is because there's two different functions now, right? We're talking about there's hosts, like hosting the game, and then hosting the podcast, right? Like there's two different things. So we kind of gotta, and we're learning that we don't really want to do those in the same place. Also, you know, for COD League, for season 2, if there's no fucking dedicated server, like we need a plan,
right,
for that, so it's as smooth as possible. And we tried a couple different things. I got a lot of materials at work. Let me know, Long Blazer. Oh, bet, hell yeah. Yeah, no, multiple hosts and shit. That's a thing. Like there's not only one. It's Skip. ESPN isn't just Skip Bayless,
right,
or whatever.
right.
So, a dedicated neutral host. I'm with it. I mean, it would be really nice to have one person who's always a neutral host. But then it's like, if that person's not available, someone that doesn't play in the league that wouldn't mind. Yeah, no, I know. That has the computer and shit. We might be able to find that person. Like, that might be a thing. But at the same time, I'm almost thinking it's a requisite of making a team for season 2, potentially, that you have someone who can host. You know? And it's like, and we almost, when we schedule a game,
internet,
all that, like, it's meets certain criteria, and they're like down. Like, they might have to upgrade their shit, but they're down. And because we're talking about, I mean, like this tournament, we had fucking home games. It was out of a necessity, but
it was pretty cool.
It was kind of cool.
It was cool.
Yeah. But one person that could do it always, all the time, would be lit. I'm not gonna lie. But the other alternative is to have multiples, and then we can lean on certain ones. So, like, we would be like, oh, these fools are playing, so we need to... Then we reach out to the host and be like, who's down to host, and yada, yada, yada.